Hey, fellow fragrance reviewers and lovers, welcome back. It's Benjamin here at the Centaur Fragrance Show, showcasing another beautiful fragrance. So today we're going to be talking about Starry Nights from the House of Montale. Yes, this is a beautiful fragrance. You have probably have seen a few fellow fragrance reviewers, tune reviews, and a few others really love this fragrance. I actually didn't know about how much they love this fragrance until I bought it, and I found this fragrance myself, and I actually love it as well. It's a pretty charming fragrance, very, very nice. We got to talk all about it. It's a pretty simple composition. You're mostly getting a musk fragrance, very, very nice, very well rounded. And it's very light and it's fresh. There are some really nice dancing, some citrus off the top, some bergamot, maybe some lemon, really being playful off the top of this fragrance. But it's not a citrus fragrance. It doesn't even really smell particularly citrusy off the top, like citrusy dominant, and it transitions. You can just tell it's a little bit lighter and brighter, and there's some sparkle to the opening. The transition of this fragrance is into the musk, and this fragrance is really a musk bomb. That's mostly what you're getting out of this fragrance. It's called Starry Nights, but it does is a really nice fragrance, and it is a romantic charmer, and we'll talk about that with the compliment factor later on. But really charming fragrance. There's some jasmine to this fragrance, but the jasmine also is a little bit dry. It's a little bit airy. It's a little bit transparent. Almost smells a little bit water jasmine like, and that's not a bad thing. And the jasmine here, if you're really picky with jasmine, probably isn't natural. Montales and Mansara fragrances are known for using a lot of synthetics, but it's very pleasant. And I especially, if you're a fragrance reviewer, a fragrance lover who's not very picky, and especially to the average person, smelling fragrances, this is going to smell absolutely gorgeous, and it's going to blow them away. So don't underestimate this fragrance. It's a little bit simple. It doesn't change a lot, but it makes up for that with how charming it is. And honestly, compliment factor wise, linear fragrances that are consistent and really persistent, but yet are fairly likable, often get more compliments and more attention than complex fragrances, even if they are on the more likable, mass appealing side. The ones that are a little bit more linear, who might not seem very interesting to us fragrance lovers, do seem to get, more liked a little bit more. So, really interesting in that respect. Really likable fragrance. Kind of simple, very easy to layer with other fragrances. Perhaps you don't like ambergris, or maybe the idea of ambergris is disgusting to you, or maybe you think ambergris is way too expensive. This could be a fragrance that would be great for layering with your Arabian fragrances, your Middle Eastern fragrances, and would be great, for really adding some oomph and some intrigue, and really supporting the longevity and boosting your fragrances, kind of like you would do with eccentric molecules or any other, base layer type. There are some fragrance, I don't know, things you can buy to add base layers like concretes. Anyways, this fragrance is pretty outstanding performance wise. Again, you're getting 7, 8, 9 hours plus. This fragrance is not going to disappoint you with performance. It's not the biggest projector, but it does have solid projection overall and good sillage. It's a performer all the way around. It's not in your face maybe as much as some other Montals, but it's very noticeable, and it will give you dependable performance. And if you spray a lot of this on like your clothes, I wouldn't be amazed that you can get 10, 12 hours plus. This is a pretty long-lasting fragrance, no doubt about it. And what's so great, and again with this fragrance, getting into the compliment factor, is the versatility of this fragrance. This is a fragrance that, one reason it's so good with the compliment factor, and why I'm speaking so highly about this fragrance, is that you can pull this off in the spring. You can pull all this off even in the summer. It's light enough. It has some freshness. Again, it has some citrus. It's mostly a musk with some floral jasmine. It's not too hard to pull off in the summer. I would spray a little bit less because of the performance, not because of the smell, but because of the performance. You really would really be projecting with this fragrance a lot in the summer, but it has enough performance and projection to stand up certainly in the fall, and it could easily be layered with your fall winter fragrances. And then I think this fragrance is even strong enough to stand up, especially when you're indoors, but even outdoors. This fragrance is a strong enough performer to get you noticed, and would work really well. And the colder winter temperatures, and the winter seems to accentuate the sweeter notes. So jasmine to me is a very beautiful fragrance for the winter. The sweetness and that jasmine note seems to me at least to work so beautifully in the winter months. So charming fragrance. Also, one of the reasons why I'm bringing this up. This could work well in a hotter, fall day, or even summer, winter day. It's going to project and do you well, just like it would in the summer. Again, highly versatile fragrance. It works in every season. So, upcoming winter wise, don't shy away from this one. Starry Nights, a real charmer. So, compliment factor wise, again, I did get noticed with this one. It did get me positive attention. People really seem to like this one, and it really boosted my mood. So, it's a winner through and through. Didn't get me. It wasn't the most biggest seducer of a fragrance, seductive wise, but it did really get people's attention and really got people interested. It's another one of those fragrances that's different enough but yet likable enough to get people interested in wanting to know, who is this guy, what's he all about, and get people thinking, this is not a typical smell. People don't smell strong musk all the time, and they don't smell jasmine all the time. So at least to where around where I live, the western noses that I know, this is not a smell and a typical fragrance in its composition, just in general. And people aren't familiar with those notes in perfumery, so really is going to have you stand out in a good way. So overall, price wise for value, you can sometimes find this one like other Montales for about $80 on the discount market. If you can find this one for about $80, you're finding yourself a deal. This is not a $20 fragrance. It's not ever going to become a $30 fragrance, but it's an outstanding value even at $80. It's worth the money. It's a Montale. You're getting performance. This is one of the best Montales for versatility, for mass appealing, likability. This is perhaps the most mass appealing Montale that I know of, at least. I know that there's some other ones, and I know that there is the Mansara, which is a different company, but they're kind of sister and brother companies in a way. The Oud Lemon Lines and the Cedrop Boise. But this one also, if you do like musk, or maybe you want a really good performing musk fragrance, this one, and again, especially if you want to layer with your oud fragrances or Middle Eastern fragrances, this would be an awesome substitute, and something a little bit different from layering like with ambergris, like what a lot of people do with a really expensive ambergris to give them better performance and luxurious quality, boosting up their fragrances. Awesome fragrance for that. Can't speak highly enough about it. It's an outstanding creation. Again, I thought it was kind of simple, and I didn't expect it was going to be this good. But this is a fragrance that at first I thought it was not going to be that great, but then I tested it, and this is a fragrance that really converted me over. It is a very unisex fragrance. It's appropriate for both guys and gals. I do think it leans a tiny bit on the feminine side, and I do think that guys can pull this one off. It's very unisex, but again, the ladies don't shy away from this fragrance. It's a big performer, and I know a lot of ladies get afraid of musk fragrances and maybe think musk is too overbearing or too much for them. Ladies, I think that this is seriously worth looking into. Even if you don't fall in love with your fragrance, if you have a significant other in your life, maybe you have a boyfriend or something like that, you might want your significant other to smell like this. So Starry Nights, worth the money, worth checking out, worth every penny, and it's a good value, lots of performance. I can't say enough good about it. Check out this one if you do like, if it does sound interesting. I would love to know if you love this fragrance as well. Have you tried this fragrance? What do you think about the House of Montale? They are confusing with their names. They do have a lot of fragrances that sometimes are hard to grasp, and I think that they do need to kind of revamp or remodel or reevaluate the way they go about fragrances, and maybe consolidate and produce a few fewer fragrances to really build the brand image up. I think that if they focused on some of their top sellers and made their fragrances a little bit more mass appealing, not exactly but in their own style, in their own way, still keeping their own character, I think that the House of Montale would have better success. But that's just my opinion. Anyways, really nice fragrance, one of the best from Montale. And if you're looking to dive into the House of Montale, might be one of the first ones I would ever suggest you try. So I hope that you liked my review today. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share the video, and tell a friend if you did like my video today. And I'll see you next time, everybody. I hope that you liked my content. I'll see you next time. Have a beautiful day, everybody. Wear what you love, rock what you got. Stay safe, stay beautiful, and I'll see you next time, everybody, and peace.